2K did something good, and I gotta make this video because I will always say it. I will praise 2K when they do something good. I will criticize 2K when 2K do something bad. And this is an objectively great thing in my team, lads. It is really, really good. And I mean it when I say it's really, really good. And it is 2K giving us the locker code for Carmelo Anthony. So now anyone who wants it can get a free Dark Matter Melo, whether it be Denver Nuggets Braids Melo or New York Knicks Melo. I think the only reason to take the Knicks one is if you're a Knicks fan, because it's slightly worse. They're essentially the same card. The only difference is there's a couple of stats where Denver one's better. And Denver one gets like one extra gold badge and an extra bronze badge, but it's irrelevant. But unless you... Braids Melo is a cooler player build, so unless you specifically want Knicks Melo, there's no point. But either way, it doesn't matter. Carmelo Anthony is a perfectly good card. And I kind of like what they did. Because everyone being like, oh, but like, we want to use our favorite players as they're used. But it's like, okay, cool. Carmelo Anthony isn't a park player. Carmelo Anthony has got Melo size up, which is fine. He's got Kobe escape, which is fine. And he's still got Melo release on very quick. So that's the thing with Carmelo Anthony. Like, I'm just looking at this card like, it's not very quick, on quick, which is still an unbelievably fast release in this game. Hard to time, but fast. I don't see any flaws, man. I don't see a single flaw with this Carmelo Anthony. I think he's got good height. I think he's got a lot of good things. And the craziest thing is, it's not even necessarily that he's the greatest card. It's just what it means that 2K can do. For example, let's just say players aren't going to get their cards. Because one thing is, like, imagine Carmelo Anthony. Sure, he gets this all-time one. That's free. It still leaves 2K space to go and give them an invincible card later on the year, or an endgame card, which 2K are probably going to do. Like, if we look last year, I'm pretty sure... Am I right in saying Carmelo Anthony didn't have a... till endgame? Yeah, there was no just invincible Carmelo Anthony. He came out in April and then was endgame. And I think they'll do something similar. And I think they can do that with a lot of players. Like, there's a lot of players that aren't going to get Dark Matters that might deserve one. Like, just a hypothetical situation. Like, obviously, sorry, we've gotten Artist Gilmore. I'm just trying to pick random players. And, by the way, these don't all have to be locker codes. If you're going to make just... You're probably not going to make World Be free a Dark Matter, but I just have my cursor on them. But let's just say you make World Be free a Dark Matter. Instead of making them a locker code... Why not make him an agenda? Or put him on boards and vaults and make him pop up all the time. I don't care if it's unauctionable. I actually don't. Like, these are the situations where it's cool if it's unauctionable. If having them unauctionable means that you do more of this, then I'm cool with it being unauctionable. If we see more and more of this, I'm cool with that. If this is a one and done because Melo retired, I'll be very disappointed. I'll be very, very disappointed. Because there are so many players that we know aren't going to get boosted cards. So... Let's just say... And, like, it wouldn't be that crazy, 2K, if you just make every card an Evo. To make every card an Evo and they Evo to the best version of themselves. I don't know how hard that would be to do. If you could do it, that would be insane. But, like, let's just say Boogie Cousins. I get it. Boogie already has a 98 overall. He only plays the center position. So just randomly, because, again, the guy's playing in Puerto Rico. He's never playing in the NBA again. Probably never playing in the NBA again. If you just randomly gave Boogie Cousins an Evo and then put him in as an agenda or put him on boards and vaults and made him a Dark Matter, that would be cool. Because let's be real, no one's opening a pack for a Dark Matter Boogie. People would be excited about this. And you do it with a lot of players. There are a lot of players that can be done with. Like Darren Williams is another one. Darren Williams card absolutely sucks. That freaking opal he has sucks. But imagine an Evo. People will be excited about an Evo Dark Matter. You better believe I would love an Evo Dark Matter Badia. There's so many of these random cards. He could actually make this set useful. And then, from 2K, from your perspective, why this will be a benefit is if you do this once or twice. Because if you guys don't know, Carmelo Anthony shot up in price. Carmelo Anthony Dark Matter and his other cards are so expensive. So if you look, Carmelo Anthony, because some people, obviously, they have two accounts in their system, they can only type in locker code once. If you like type in Carmelo Anthony, not Galaxy, but Dark Matter, like you would be thinking, oh, he's free, he's gonna be really cheap. He's like 30k. He is like 30k. So if you have one, if you got one of those Carmelo Anthony's in your collection, especially if you have the New York Knicks one, because very few people seem to have gotten the New York Knicks. Most people chose Denver, and obviously Denver one's dropping to 30k. But the New York Knicks one's holding a little more value. But like if you want to look at Diamond Carmelo Anthony, you're now looking at Diamond Carmelo Anthony's going for like 60, 70k. But also, even with the fact that he's free. So for 2K, what it would actually do for you guys clearly want people going for collection level, which is why you introduced this in the first place. If you start randomly just making Evos, maybe twice a week. Maybe Mondays where there's no content, and Thursdays where there's no content. Because obviously we're probably getting another promo on Tuesdays. You're probably not going to do anything on Wednesdays. But it just suddenly kind of makes Mondays and Thursdays more exciting if we just get a bunch of random Evos we just get a bunch of random Evos for these every couple of twice a week. That would be a great Season 7 because it would keep people excited. And you want to know what it does for you guys? I keep saying you want to know what it does for you guys. It makes people collect. You want this for collector level, so nobody knows who the Evos are going to be. So you just never know. Maybe people are going to be getting their Bob Dandridges and their Chris Middletons. They're going to just hoard all of these cards they're going to collect. They're going to guess who the Evos are. They're going to get them all. And it kind of revives the market a little bit. People are going to be speculation buying. People are going to, when they get these cards here, for example, let's just say you gave an Evo to BJ Armstrong. If somebody packs a Ruby BJ Armstrong, people are going to be a little more excited. There's a whole bunch of things. Like this can be a benefit to you guys. This can actually be a big benefit to you guys. And like, I'm excited to see where it goes. I think it's going nowhere, by the way. I think this is a one and done. But 2K, you've probably tripped and fell into a good idea here. You've tripped and fell into a really good idea. That's not only going to make you guys more money, but it's going to keep the fan base more engaged. And if we're not getting daily grindable content, these Evos are a good step. Are a step in the right direction from cards that are already in the game. One thing that you have to do, though, because these cards are basically extinct, you've got to make the specific cards grindable. So, if you want to put the cards, let's just say, obviously you can't use Artist Gilmore. Like, obviously be smart. Like, they're going to be smart about who they're using. They're not putting anyone that's in a promo. Let's just say you could honestly Evo Pettit. Not yet, but like in week 5 or 6 of the season, because very few people got Pettit's Dark Matter from Limited, you can easily Evo Pettit. But let's just say Wade gets his Evo, who you could definitely make a Dark Matter because he's a primary and second. He's only got one position. But let's just say 1 week you want to do Miami, and you got Wade, Haslam, Eddie Jones, and I don't know, Cycly or Glenn, or even Tim Hardaway because he's kind of hard to get. He's just kind of like his only card is a trophy case other than this. So let's just say you want to do that. There's nothing wrong with filling the boards with those guys. Putting those guys on the boards, putting those guys in the vaults, and making people be able to play to get them. And do what you did in 2K21 when you brought out the cards that they were super easy to get in the vaults and boards. And then suddenly you've got a whole bunch of people playing Triple Threat. You've got a whole bunch of people playing Clutch Time. And you got a whole bunch of people playing offline. You got a whole bunch of people, and then, I don't know, maybe make them via the agendas, but that might be a little bit overwhelming because I know for a fact that, I don't know for a fact, if Takeover worked, you would have kept Takeover as is. It's probably not going to be an agenda card, but that might work as well. I don't know what way you want to do it, but as long as, if you can give us Evos once a week, put them in the game in some form. Agendas probably take too much effort, so just put them on boards. Literally, 4 Evos. Like, we've got 6 weeks, so 4 Evos twice a week is only like 40-something Evos. It's really only like 40-something Evos. Make them all, like, these cards are really rare, and they're going to stay rare, more than likely. So literally, all you have to do is 4 on Monday, 4 on Thursday. Then you don't have to worry about Monday or Thursday content, and then put them for 3 days, put them on boards for 3 days. Then if people want to get them in the auctions, they can. If they want to grind for them, they can, and people are excited. It's a win-win. And it means people also speculate and collect everything. But anyway, yeah, that's the video, lads. It's just an idea. I don't think 2K are going to do it. I really don't think 2K are going to do it. But, look, I wouldn't have guessed they'd be doing anything. I wouldn't have guessed they'd be doing anything at all about Melo. But they did, so you just never know, lads. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.